What's good, everybody? So the weekend is coming, and I know in New York City we cannot really go to the bars or go to the restaurants or a lot of different things that people tend to do on the weekends. So I wanted to share this recipe with you. I know potato skins are very popular, especially for me because I love a potato skin. And so I just wanted to show you my process of making them. This is only one way of making them. Like, it's so many different things you could do. I still have some of that roasted pork left. I could have made like a pulled pork version of this with like pulled pork, some still a little bit of cheese and barbecue sauce and some jalapenos. It's so many different things that you could do with a potato skin. But this is the basic way that I do it, and I love them so much. Basic bacon and cheese potato skin. And so with that, here we go. The first thing I do is, like you seen in the video yesterday, is I clean the potatoes very well in a vinegar bath, and I do that. Once that's done, the next step for me is to roast them. And so I go ahead and I put a little oil on them, rub them down so everything is coated with the oil. And then I stick a fork into each one just once. You don't have to put that many holes in it, but you do need to put one at least, because if you don't, the potato can explode in the oven, and you don't want that. And so the idea behind sticking it with either the fork or the knife is to allow that pressure to release. So that's with that being said. And so once that's done, I put them in the oven for about an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. It depends on the potato, on like 375 or 400. And so that's also going to depend on how fast it cooks. If it's 400, it's closer to an hour. If it's 375, it might be a little closer to an hour and a half. But I tend to start checking it at an hour just to make sure, because I don't like to overcook stuff. So with that said, once they cool down enough, then I cut them in half, and then I scoop out some of the potato. As you can see, is all here, and that makes room for the filling there. But while the potatoes are in the oven, what I like to do is to make this filling, and then also saute my little bacon that I'm gonna put on there. And so the filling is just literally minced up, or not even minced, diced tomatoes, and then sliced up green onion. Mostly I'm using the white part of the green onion, but then you see I do use the green part as well. So I put that all together, put a little salt on there. I don't put pepper for whatever reason. The pepper doesn't taste good. I tried it before. I don't do it. So just some salt. I use Himalayan pink salt, but you can use any salt, sea salt, kosher salt, whatever you want. So once you do that, the mixture has its salt in it, and that's the only other two things. The potatoes have now been cut in half and scooped out, right? So I brushed that with a little oil. You can use olive oil. You can use vegetable oil. That is the recipe that I found initially, that it was vegetable oil, or grapeseed, whatever type of oil that you think or you're more comfortable with. You're just brushing it lightly with it. You're not like making a whole bath of oil, as you can see. You can't even really see it. So then you do that, and then you season your potato with a little salt, because now you're building flavors, right? So now our little mixture has a little saltiness to it. Now our potato has a little bit of flavor to it as well, but not so much that you're making it salty, just enough that you're pulling the natural flavors out of everything. And so it has a well balanced season at the end. And so once you do all of that, like I told you, oh, quick aside, like, you could do something else with this. I don't know, you can mix it up. You could put it with a little onions, season it with a little garlic powder or something, and then you can make a whole nother dish with that. So that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, getting back to this, once you do that, now the potatoes have been cut in half, they've been scooped out, they've been brushed with the oil, they've been salted, and now they've been filled with the mixture. So once you fill them with the mixture, your next step is just to top it with cheese. Once you topped it with cheese, you could top it whatever else you want to. I choose bacon because I love bacon. So now this is the end product. Is going to be topped with the bacon. And then I'm going to put this in the oven for about 5 to 7 minutes on 375. And then just until the cheese is good and bubbly, because now you know everything is done. And then once you take it out, you can top it with your sour cream, top it with the green tops, of the scallion, which is what I usually always do. So I reserve like half of the scallion once I'm cutting it up for the mixture on the inside, and then I use those for garnish because I love that extra flavor, that extra hit of the green onion flavor. And so that's just something I want to share with you guys, as I know we're all in the house, but we are what, quarantining and chilling, and we are still going to be able to have fun and eat good while we are doing our social distancing situation. But I just wanted to share that with you guys real quick. This is a super long video. I never really make them this long, but it took that long, as you can see, for me to get through all of it. But anyway, hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you guys are staying safe and staying well. All right, I'll talk to you soon.